Hello. Okay, hopefully this will be working well. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I was just checking the settings.
Sound muted. Channel switched. 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 Channel switch. Sound resumed.
Okay, so hello there. This is Sado, and I'm streaming for you today a 6-player game on Eruption. Teams are, like you can see on the top or here on the player list: Mr. Fu, Razor and Artie, all from Peer Clan, versus Ista boss Ista Stocky and Asadas. I'm testing my laptop, so maybe this stream is just a regular 6-player game, but I want to know whether the stream is working well. If there's anything wrong, you can tell me on the chat, on TeamSpeak. Anyway, so let's start looking around. There's 20 minutes into the game. It's kind of annoying when I have two screens. I can't move around the minimap, scroll it like this. Oh, actually it started working. Okay, so I guess okay. I couldn't scroll the minimap because I was already on the edge, which explains a lot. Never mind. Okay, looking for something interesting to talk about, but All these players are so good that there will be no mistakes at all here. Interesting good from Donati, but it's gonna work just even if he has a little of a problem, it's not gonna be for long. One of the anti-saddle locations. Like if you want to confuse saddle, just put a mountain in the middle, make the call as far away as you can, make the wood a bit tricky as well, I guess, because it's kind of, I don't know, maybe it's not too hard, but I think I had some problems last time I played here. It's, well, okay, maybe I'm exaggerating, it's not a bad lock. I'm not sure why he didn't make a woodcutter here, because it helps a little. But maybe it's not exactly needed. Okay, Mr. Fu, making his usual small style pace. Not much to be said about it at this moment. Wood is fine. Yeah, it should be fine. Gonna go for double stable, which might be nice. Laserino. So far the layout seems fine. There's not much here. Seems slower than what Fu has, but comparing with the others, Fu is quite fast with his farms, so maybe it's not a good comparison. I don't know. I still think Mr. Fu's plan is a bit better than making less farms. Instead, most players decided to go for iron first instead, for whatever reason. Stocky. Stocky seems to have 5 farms and a strange placement of the fields, but maybe it doesn't matter much. I'm really hoping it's not me lagging, but I can see a spike here, so I'm guessing it's Razor, as usual. Anyway, wish that game was played on the beta. We could have a timer here, for example. It's really handy, new feature. There's quite some new features which are really nice for streamers. I could call them saddle features, I guess, being probably the only streamer who regularly streams this game these days. I'm really hoping Kundan, for example, could stream a few more. Oops, I want to do this. Anyway, I'm a bit concerned about Stocky's gold. Seems like this metallurgist doesn't get a lot. Seems like it was a bit late as well. Might need to make one more combine on the top to be extra sure these buildings get enough coal. Already cutting the corn, harvesting the corn, whatever. I think this will be a very sleepy stream. I will probably not try to talk too much. I will most likely fail because I'm Scandal and I always talk too much. But you get the idea. Just wanted to test the settings, and it's not like I can get many viewers at 23 Central European time, so I didn't even advertise it on Facebook. So it's just for TeamSpeak and Discord people. Some of you might be interested. And it's, let's say it's a nice training before the tournament. I'm hoping to make some tournament streams, so I'd like you guys to tell me when you're gonna play tournament games. And please tell me in advance. I want to know a bit earlier about it. Like at least a few hours before you play, so I can find some time for it, or at least ask someone else to stream. Because ideally I would like all the games from the tournament to be streamed, but of course this might be impossible. Well, let's see what boss is doing. The iron seems slightly slow. It's quite far away though, so it's understandable. Actually, there's 5 people. I can't make serves. Why? Nah, but I generally clicked because when I see that button, I just click. I thought I was playing for a second. Maybe I'm sleepy or something. Probably nobody is surprised. Well, I was supposed to talk something about boss's base. You can see he pumped the trees on the top. There's plenty of space on this log, and he decided to build downwards, which is most likely the only reasonable thing you can do here. Seeing as all the resources are on the bottom, I frankly don't understand people who go for this gold mounting. This doesn't make a lot of sense, and I actually saw people doing this. There's really no advantage here. The road, like this could be a bit more efficient if there was a road here, but maybe that's not a great deal. I just built it a bit different, I guess. But apart from that small thing, I like the layout so much. I mean, so far. Maybe so much as well. You can see boss is trying to make some shortcuts here. You can see the plan of the city will go pretty well with this. All these buildings probably going to be built somewhere here and here. Should work more or less fine. With only the woodcutters on top, there's plenty of space for planting. Seems like boss didn't notice there's a stamp here. So when the troops come out of the barracks, they will only go to the left and to the bottom. They won't go there, which is kinda bad. You can still fix it with a what's it called? With the wine field. That's SLS. Pretty compact, this base. At least it seems to be pretty compact. I'm afraid he can't make a shortcut here though. That was his plan, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Let's wait for the serf to come. It's gonna be one of these four. These three. Or these four. Probably this one will be... there we go. We'll see now. Nah, this is a half iron, half dirt tile. So no way you can make a shortcut here. But he probably hoped he can even it out, but it's a tile you can't place road on. You probably have to be a map maker to know this. Shortcut will be handy here, but maybe it's not needed. There's nothing on the right side of this road. They will go here all the time anyway. Not the worst build in general. Makes some sense. How's full looking? How's full base looking? Pretty much, maybe not complete, but not a lot of stuff left to do. Marketplace here. I'm gonna make some cheaty cotton. Whoops. It's not third iron mine. Interesting. Overall, seems kinda slow this build right now. Start was pretty amazing. I mean, maybe amazing is too much, but it was pretty good. You'll easily make enough leather weapons. Regarding iron, however, I'm a bit reluctant about this third iron mine being built so late. been useful to make it earlier. But then you can see it's not exactly needed. Maybe the second smithy was too late as well. Still there's some distance here, so maybe for this lock it's fine actually. I didn't see the Artie since the start of the stream, so let me take another look. Pretty standard, 6 farms. Kinda small, but not exactly, because this Iron Mountain makes it a bit uncomfortable, making a nice base plan here. So maybe it's not that compact. About 30 iron this time. Not sure about leather, whereas the family it's full, but not really. And yeah, I'd say about 30 to 50 leather, but it's small base, so probably more like 45 would be what I expect. Oh, there is a Linio. Pretty nice iron. Maybe there is a Linio will back to his old form. Maybe not. Seems like 35 swords. Or not only swords. I think it's gonna go for some oh yeah. Some armors as well, and bikes. Was he cutting trees here, or was he preparing himself for making some food? Is beyond my knowledge. Stocky. If I'm not motivated enough, remember that I have about I think 5 people watching me on Twitch, and I'm already on YouTube. Let me see quick. 2. Okay. Might be 1 if it counts me as well. So yeah, this is kinda lazy stream today. Just some random talk about the bases. I don't think it makes sense to talk too much about the community stuff like tournaments or changes to the remake or whatever, my usual topics, because most of people watching me were probably from TeamSpeak anyway, or Discord, so pretty sure these topics are common knowledge to them by now. No, he's not Polish, but he can pretend pretty well. Anyway, I was supposed to say something about Stocky's base before we moved on, so let's get back here. By the way, not a single thing was sent on Twitch or YouTube chat today, so you might be the first person to say something to me, so I know that all the people watching me, all the 7 people, not that. Okay, what can we say about Stocky's base? 3 piggies, 8, 9 farms almost. So it's a bit bigger base, not a full style for sure, not entirely compact, I'd say. It's not bad, but a bit different style. Lots of gaps here, by the way. Ah, this is not a gap, but yeah, well, there's just too much green and it screws with my eyes. Ladder should be quite nice, but I am unsure about the weapons. Let's plan to make mod buildings for this. Probably here. Iron Smithy, kinda strange spot, but yeah, you can see some strange choices in this base, like this building here. Anyway, how is the gold working? Not too bad. Should be enough for the recruits. A bit short on salts, but I think he's gonna make one more building soon. He just needs the Iron Smithy first. Okay, boss. Okay. Maybe I can't see the chat. I don't know what's happening here. Try one more time. Using my mobile phone. Should be a bit more visible. Okay, nothing here. Anyway, boss with 7 farms, 1 weapon smithy. Yeah, his swords are pretty bad, but there's 10 minutes, so he'll catch up in no time. 10 minutes for 2 iron smithies. Sorry, weapon smithies is definitely enough time. And it's not like he has a lot weapons to make. You'll need about 25 swords. Of course, this is assuming his iron coal is working as intended. There's plenty of coal here. Yeah, should be fine at least for the. Yeah, well, okay. He has some more coal mines here, so yeah, 10 coal mines for the time base should be fine. Not to mention, there's a lot of woodcutters. Seems like there's quite a bit of a traffic jam here. Why is that? The shotgun might help. Well, you can see both schools on the right. In a lot of movement thanks to the quality and making more buildings on the right. You know, maybe it would make sense to think of like when you're building on a location like this, you're kind of expecting a traffic jam here, but maybe making all the quarries on the top would fix this problem a little bit, because you can see you could plan this base a bit better with these 3 buildings going here, so the serfs can go around instead of below the storehouse. At least with the stones. But I'm not sure if this is that much important. Well, maybe it is, because like the half of the city is here, where people will go through here with the stone bits, So maybe microing your base like this could be a nice idea for improvement. You know, I'm still trying to think of some little things on improving the bases and hope that it's gonna help me, but the problem lies somewhere else, I guess. But I never really pre-built. I think if I started pre-building, it could become better. Streaming at least allowed me to get a better grip on how bases look like when they work pretty well, and how they look when they don't. Still, I can't put this into practice, so I'm not that great of a player. Okay, let's see what SLS has. That seems pretty nice. Not too bad iron. Should have about 40 iron troops. Not too many horses. But this is... this is Eruption, okay. I thought for a second this was Rebound, I have no idea why. I should have about 40... Nah, even 50 easily. Yeah, 50 leather on peacetime, I think. Although these swine farms are not working too fast. About 7 horses on peacetime. Oh, there's one more swine farm here, that's nice. And 10? 9 plus 1, okay. So 9 farms so far. Pretty big base. But you can see, I really love this this kind of build. You can see all the buildings on the right at the farms. There's only one swine farm and some woodcutter, some towers, hopefully. One more swine farm here. Interesting. Does he have enough for this? 9 buildings, 9 farms translate to 6 buildings needing cotton. Should be fine, I guess. Might make a late meal, even. I'm not sure if he needs it, though. No, actually, okay, never mind. He will have 5 pig farms. So, pretty massive base. Nice base. Almost 2 minutes left, a bit less than that actually. Yeah, it seems like Donati's base is pretty good. Doesn't look too compact because of that mountain, but there's plenty of serves. 80, yeah. Maybe less efficient than you'd like it because of how this rock looks like. But quite massive base. Enough iron, enough leather. Actually, would be nice to have a bit more leather with all these massive weapons. Pretty nice weapon amount. Okay, maybe let's take a tour of everyone's barracks. SLS 35 leather, expected kinda more. Boss 40 leather, about 20-25. Yeah, it could be better, I guess, but not that bad. Really nice from Stocky. 50 leather. Where's these barracks? Razor. Pretty nice as usual. Didn't screw up for sure. 6 horses. I like the result. Mr. Fu. Interesting combo, but I don't believe in this. Well, okay, there's a lot of horses there. And Donati, as you saw earlier, pretty nice. So, Mr. Fu tried something similar to what Dima did last time. Nah, maybe, actually, no, I'm exaggerating it a bit, because Dima had something else, never mind. Actually, I think one of the last times we were streaming, Fu did the same thing with 2 stables. Don't remember which game was that exactly. But with the horses, it seems pretty powerful combo. So yeah, let's wait for the piston to happen. I mean, let's wait for them to start. I think I really don't know what I'm saying at some moments today. But in general. I'd appreciate some info about the quality of the stream. Some feedback from the 5 people watching me on Twitch. Probably still 2 on YouTube. Oh, there's 4 on YouTube right now. That is nice. Okay, so just like I said, this is just a test stream. Seems like, well, if there's no complaints, then seems like everything should be fine with my laptop, so I think I won't use my PC for next streams too much. A bit more handy for me to use one computer all the time, so I think I'll just play around with the colors here. That's a bit better. How about yeah, nice and simple. White and gold, that's the trick. I see there's one more guy watching on Twitch right now. Guy or girl. And we're still waiting. Seems like a bit longer break than usual. But don't worry. They will be back. Just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. SS is here. Boss is here. We shouldn't be surprised that we're waiting for Razor. Okay, let's have a little bit of time. So let's try to do something. Oh, should be fine. Here we go. Everyone's ready. So this time's over. You can see a last glimpse of the Nazis army. Not too bad. Most interesting is probably this, Mr. Fu. Pretty nice army from Razor as well. Okay, Fu could be a bit better though, cause he doesn't have enough for his houses. Could be better. Let's see scouting. It's always nice to see what happens on the bridge. I'm just wondering, by the way, this is really important to me. Is there a duck on this map somewhere? But I'm thinking this might not be the best time to go and look for it, because we need to focus on what's happening in the middle. I'd like to give a shout out to Yuki, also known as To, the guy who made quite a lot of YouTube videos and quite a lot of Knights Merchants maps. About 40, I think, at least. Some maps like Back in the Desert, The Final Frontier.
User joined your channel.
Oh, this guy actually joined my channel. Hello, Tom.
Hey, hello, you're streaming at the
Yeah,
moment?
yeah, I'm streaming right now, and I was like talking about you because I said something about the duck, and then you come to this channel. So
Oh, that's strange. I didn't hear anything about a duck, but I've seen the stream for about 20 minutes.
mm.
Hey,
Yeah. And
ah,
then you
Yeah, I see. There's some sort of delay with stream.
Yeah, I guess so.
Is that normal, or can you set it straight?
Some delay is always normal. So, what is this SLS doing? Oh, okay, it was trying to catch a horse. Yeah, there's always some delay, like a minute, I think. Should be a bit shorter, though. I'm surprised it was so long. It's a shame there's no spot for spectating here, because you could make some live commentary as well.
Yeah, I was thinking, what is the latest thing that Ray is working on? He works about a 12 spectator thing, huh?
Yeah, kinda. I mean, the new version allows to have 12 players and 2 more spectators. Similar to how it works, like 8+2 in the current version. So we'll be able to have like 14 people in one lobby. And it's actually working since some time. We tested this a few times. Seems like there's some movement on the bottom.
Hey, by the way, so what do you think about the 1v1 league that is Mercenaries coming up with?
Interesting idea. Like the elo system is most interesting there. Because you know, it kind of works in a way that allows you to know who's the best player for 1v1 games in the community. Of course, assuming that people will play this. So, you know, there were some leagues and initiatives for tournaments like this which didn't really work before. There's a few people on the list for this league already, so maybe it will start working.
Yeah, okay, but Max pointed out some flaws in it. Like he said, I can be the best player if I only play to weak players, like, I don't know, Bolt or something. If you play constantly against weaker players, then it's easy to reach the top.
Yeah, you might be right. Maybe should be somehow better made. Like, for example, you get more points if you play against someone who is higher on the list, higher than you, and you get only a little points playing against someone from below. But I'm not sure if someone on the first place would want to play a lot of games. Then, well, you still have to play one game per month, or you lose like half the points. So they would have to play, I guess. But yeah, it's a bit tricky. They probably need to think about how the system works. Because indeed, yeah, you can just play against weaker players, and if you do it often enough, then you will have many points. I think in the chess games it works like this, like I said. But hold on for a second, because there's a fight. Razor called SLS. So they're fighting on the bottom, and there's no fight on the top yet. Seems like the right side has worse position there. Razor breaks through SLS's troops. I have a little of a lag. It's a bit annoying. I think the left side has a bigger chance on the top though. SLS and Boss have better position. Mr. Fu has a lot of horses though, so I'm not sure if they can break through. Yeah, but Boss has really a lot of troops left, so he should probably help someone. Yeah, Boss will definitely win against Fu, but Stocky lost everything on the bottom, so boss will lose his horses here as well. A lot of troops left for Razor, so this will likely be a win for the right side. Yeah, Thunder is right about the system, but I'll talk about it in a second, because the fight is still not over, even if it looks bad for the boss and the SLS. Yeah, SLS lost on the top, so even if boss has a lot of troops left, he's the only man in his team to have some troops left, some melee I mean. So this will die off quickly, so yeah, just like Thunder said, the original LO system takes into account the skill of the players, and that's indeed better. So there's no flaw like the one Mexi points out. Maybe we should write a post on the forums about it. To be honest, I probably won't play in that league though, because I'm not too much into 1v1. I sometimes play 1v1s when I just want to have a training game, but that's it I guess. Anyway, you can see that the right side is quite a lot of troops. There's a small chance the left will be able to hold off against this. Seems like boss is the MVP of this game. He's gonna attack Stocky's base now.
What do you think of Fu's army? Did it go off? Was it like good?
Was so. I mean, would be really nice if he had a little more swords and shields. Because he's like, for example, right now he has 6 horses he can't take out because he has no weapons for them, and that's how it looks on the piston as well. At 16 armors and swords and shields for it, but only but 5 more horses. So needs to be a bit more balanced, because he made quite a few pikes, so maybe a bit less pikes and a bit more of the shields and armors. I don't know. Or just make.
Yeah, do you think a horse is good trading material for anything, or have you ever seen something?
Like people trading horses for something?
Yeah, excess horses, are they traded for food, or I don't even know the values for this?
Yeah, I don't know either, but I don't think that the values will be good, because I think it's better to trade something cheaper for something pricey, because I think there's quite a bit of a loss when you try to do it the other way usually. I don't know why. That's just the experience I had with the marketplace. But as I said, I never checked the values of trading horses to something. I think horses for stone might be interesting to see. Like how many stones would you get for that? But I'm afraid nobody's gonna try that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the best trade in this release was possible is wooden shield for either bread, iron, or coal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's correct. Gold ore as well, I think. This should also be 1 for 1. Like all.
Yeah.
Yeah, like iron ore and coalfield. 1 for 1 trades from the wooden shields. And of course.
But I do lately
yeah.
a lot of trading I do with stone, coal, or iron ore. It works pretty good.
Like as the source, as the thing you are swapping something into. Sorry, I'm not sure if you know what I mean. Like you mean you're swapping out, for example, coal ore into something else?
Now the excess stone, like late game when you're not building, There's a lot of stone left on most maps.
Mm-hmm.
Just trade it for coal or iron ore or even fish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fu usually does this for the cotton, because I can actually show it here, because he always makes, Artist usually makes these small bases with 5 farms. So marketplace trading stone for corn is a nice addition. So the corn, there's a bit more corn in the city, and it can sustain fort buildings. How many pig farms does he has? Probably 1 pig farm only. Yeah, 2 stables and 1 mill. So I guess it's working nice here. No starvation. Whoa! He has a lot of food. He made but he made 4 vineyards. Interesting. And he has a lot of fish, which is strange because it's quite late. But he's something interesting. Seems like Fu made his fishermen after peacetime. This is not something you see often. Most of players don't do that really, because they don't have luxury of having 65 serfs for the entire game.
Yeah, but I think Fu is on probably the best location on this map. Don't you agree?
Maybe. Yeah, it's not as annoying as some of the other logs, like Donati's log. There's a big fight here, by the way. Quite a... Well, I'm not sure what's happening right here. Just all the players met in one tight spot of this map. It seems like... Razor attacking from the bottom. Seems like the right side will win again. Yeah, there's no stopping for Razor. But maybe... The left side still has a lot of archers, so it's not too bad. Okay, and they managed to win on top, so... Okay, they now have to kill Razor and it's really fine, but he still has almost his entire army. Quite some horses here. But if the left side was fighting a bit better, it would be possible to kill Razor, but they clearly didn't know what to do. And now Razor is punishing them for this. So it's GG again. So probably we're gonna go again for the 3rd time. But yeah, Mr. Fu's location is indeed pretty nice, plenty of space. I don't remember which one right now, but I think there was one more nice location here. Somewhere on the left. I think SLS's location.
Bottom right is also nice. It has the most coal, I think.
Razor had pretty
But
nice
it's a bit isolated, especially on the 8-player version, so it's tricky to play there.
SLS has a really nice base today. I like when the bases looks like that. Farms and woodcutters are like on the edge of the city, and all the other buildings are on the left. It looks nice and it works even better. But he has 80 serfs, that's a lot, but has 10 farms, I think, yeah, 10 farms. So it's justified, I guess. Still, he has an empty inn and 10 sausages in storehouse. Kinda strange. I don't like the battlefield on the 6-player version too much. It's quite campy, and the entrances are so small and narrow that it's pretty hard to make a nice attack, and army movement is just kind of bad in general. Like right now, Artie and Mr. Fu are standing in the middle, and Razor is completely separate from them on the fat bottom, but the left side can't even do anything. They are a bit outspammed, I think, but also the position isn't that good. They could try attack the middle, but that's what they tried on the second autosave, and it didn't really work well. By the way, Thor, you never wanted to make some streams? I remember you being a bit reluctant about it.
Yeah, my computer is a bit too slow for that. I had some crashes in the past. I have now refurbished a laptop, which is like low quality. It's hard to stream. It becomes choppy.
I see. Still, you can do it with me, for example, or maybe some other guys.
Yeah, I can do it, but I need a spot in the lobby. I have a 20-30 second delay, so I cannot help anything.
Yeah, obviously, you need a spot in the lobby for the stream to even make sense, like this. We usually do it like that, like I take someone as a second spectator, and when he can see everything that happens in the game, obviously he can talk about it as well.
Yep.
You know, I'm always on the lookout for the people to help me with streams, because it's much more fun to talk with someone about the game, and it also helps me a bit so I can have a bit more time to check the chat, for example, on Twitch and YouTube. And let's face it, you're kind of a legend in this community for YouTube videos and maps, so...
These are your words, huh?
Yeah, that's what I think, and you know, the facts speak for themselves, I guess.
Yeah, I was the first one. I remember when I started this, I was wondering why nobody had done it before.
But you know, we also made the most of videos. Unless you unless you count my streams. Because right now I probably made more streams than made videos.
Yeah, Matt did only one, I remember. But he took it off YouTube for some reason.
Okay, seems like everyone has quit. So I'll just take a quick look at the stats. Pretty nice stats from Razor regarding the production. As well as, just like I said, pretty big base and pretty nicely working as well. Okay, so I think I'm gonna disable the stream right now, so Thanks to everyone for watching, and thanks to Thor for helping me a bit after peacetime.
Yeah, you're welcome. Maybe we can do one together soon. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that, especially with the tournament approaching. There should be some tournament
Yeah,
games.
could be really interesting because there are some good teams are participating. I see.
Yeah, indeed. Waiting for games like, let me see the list. Some interesting games might be, in the group stage, probably RA1 versus Face Roll, so Senti, Desti, Dima and Rakieta versus Shady, Kirill, Mercenary and kill me, but I don't remember. I think it was Bolt. Might be a pretty interesting game. But there's not many more interesting games in the group phase because of the way we were drawing the groups. So the best teams should be evenly put into every group. But I think Group A Group A game between the Great, which is the Polish part of that team, against the Cats team with some Russians mainly, should be an interesting game because the level should be pretty similar. So yeah.
Yeah, for me it's really easy to see who will be the best of the group. It's not that hard to figure it out.
Yeah, that's the idea, I guess. There's not many surprises that can happen here. So I'm guessing most of the interesting games will be the ones for the second place.
Yeah, but is it like purely coincidence or how does the system work?
That's how it works. We had some drawing baskets, and we put 4 teams into the first drawing baskets, the best teams on paper at least. So Istad beat RA1 and 300 FPS, and slightly worse teams were in the basket too, and the worst on paper were in the third basket. And then we take one team from every basket to every group. So we have one very good team, one average, and one worse in every group.
Yeah.
So that's the idea.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Because it allows
they
for.
have like
Go
on. What did Fu say yesterday? How many times they have to finish this? Like 2 weeks or even longer?
Even longer, one month. A bit too long in my opinion, but it's fine, I guess.
And what happens to people who lose? Do they have still a chance to come back in the finals, or are they out for good? Is it elimination?
This is group stage, so we play like 2 games because there's 3 teams in every group, and after that you're eliminated, so there's no second chance.
It will be hard to be motivated for losers to play even further.
Yeah, maybe. But double elimination is kind of nice because it gives you a second chance, so maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea. But I also like the group stage idea. Everyone can play 2 games, so everyone can have a bit of fun in this tournament, even if you lose both games and you're eliminated. So, one interesting thing. I don't think there's anything in the rules about what happens if there's a event situation group, because it's theoretically possible that everyone wins one game against someone. So what happens then?
Yeah, we'll have to see. It's pretty rare if we close a tournament successfully even, so let's hope for that at least.
Okay, I'm finishing the stream, so thanks again to everyone, and see you guys next time.